never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Find another.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Who is awesome, good looking, and the world's greatest dad that has two thumbs? This guy. It's on my shirt, in case you can't fully see it. But it is a Saturday, and just like we always do here on the channel on Saturdays during high school football season, I get on here and talk about some of the scores from Friday night in Northeast Georgia and upstate South Carolina. I would love for the channel to grow so much that eventually I have to get on here on Saturdays and talk about high school games in Florida and Texas and Maine and Vermont and Tennessee and Illinois and so on and so on. But I feel like as of right now, most of our subscribers and viewers live in North Georgia, Northeast Georgia, or the upstate of South Carolina. So I don't want to come on here and talk about some high school games that nobody has ever heard of either team. And speaking of subscribers, go ahead if you have not yet subscribed and click on the subscribe button. While you're there, comment, give the video a like, and share on all social media platforms, and we would greatly appreciate. According to statistics, only about 1/3 of your viewers on YouTube have actually subscribed to the channel, and I've never understood that because there's no limit to how many channels you can subscribe to, and it's free. So if you subscribe to 5,000 channels, it doesn't cost you a dime. So just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But last night we had a couple of games that featured a team in Georgia and a team in South Carolina. And we also had a couple of games that featured a team in South Carolina playing a team in North Carolina. So let's go ahead and talk about it. As always, any thoughts on any of the games, please feel free to let me know if you went to any of the games. I know I talked to a friend of mine that went to the Hart County game last night. So if you went to any of the games, please feel free to let me know. One of the games that featured a team in Georgia and a team in South Carolina was Grayson and Spartanburg. Grayson gets the win, 21-19. Clinch County defeats Cook, 35-27. Cedar Grove defeats Collins Hill, 37-26. Milton beat Roswell, 27-14. Jefferson, 44. Oconee County, 7. I don't know what's happened to Oconee County. They used to be really good, but so far this year, they look pretty pitiful. Peachtree Ridge shuts out Winder Barrow, 46-0. Banks County defeats Franklin County, 34-16. A funny backstory on that game was the Franklin County head coach and the Banks County head coach actually went to school together. and I believe they graduated either the same year, maybe 1 year apart, but they both attended Franklin County High School. But Jay Reed, who is the coach of Banks County, has been there for 5 or 6 years now, and I guess he is enjoying it. And of course, Franklin County now has Chuck Holland, and Jay Reed were actually classmates at Franklin County High School back in the early 2000s. Gainesville defeats Clark Central 24-7. The other game that featured a team in South Carolina and a team in Georgia was Daniel out of South Carolina against Hart County in Georgia. Daniel wins 52-21. Mountain View all over Jackson County 56-14. Prince Avenue Christian 45, Monroe area 17. Lumpkin County looks impressive again. They defeat Temple 35-0. And speaking of impressive, and speaking of 35-0, Stevens County defeats Dawson County by that score, 35-0. Now, Stevens County actually got behind in their first game of the year against Habersham Central, and they had to come back and win that game. But if I'm not mistaken, if memory serves me correct, 2 weeks ago they pitched a shutout. Last week they gave up 7, and last night they pitched a shutout. So they have given up 7 points in 3 games. If you give up 7 points in 3 games in football, you're probably going to win all 3 games unless your offense is just flat out absolutely pitiful. Morgan County defeats Hebron Christian 26-14. Loganville 49, Appalachia 31. Madison County remains undefeated on the season. They defeat Cherokee Bluff by 1, 27-26. Oglethorpe 50, Lake Oconee 7. Norcross 25, Archer 21. Habersham Central gets their first win of the year. They defeat Central Gwinnett 17-10. East Hall defeats Chestatee 14-10. Parkview 35 and North Gwinnett 32. That is all the scores from Georgia. Now some scores from the upstate of South Carolina, even a couple that included teams in western North Carolina. West Side defeats Abbeville 48-13. BHP 49, Woodruff 15. Liberty 48, Dixie 13. Burns 49, Greer 13. Mountain Heritage 28, Hendersonville 21. Walhalla 35, Southside 6. West Oak 29, Ware Shoals 20. Wade Hampton gets their first win of the year. They defeat Berea 35-13. In a game where defense was optional, Eastside defeats Blue Ridge 54-40. Fountain Inn defeats Carolina 26-6. T.L. Hanna 35, Wren 23. Saluda defeats Emerald in a defensive game 9-6. If you like defense, that would have been a good game to go and watch. J.L. Mann defeats Easley 49-13. Hillcrest 21, Boiling Springs 6. Another game where defense was optional. Powdersville defeats Pendleton 56-40. Woodmont shuts out Travelers Rest 22-0. Broome defeats Union County 62-34. And it's kind of hard to keep up with Woods because you have Woodmont and Woodruff. But Woodmont defeat Travelers Rest 22-0. Again, any thoughts on any of this, please feel free to let me know. Anytime you go to a high school game, please let me know. If it's a game that I don't mention in the scoreboard show, please let me know so that I can add it, because I'm very busy on Friday nights. So if you tell me on Friday afternoon that you're going to a game, there's a chance that by 11:30, midnight on Friday night, I may just forget, not intentional, just a lot going on. I am a busy man, but I like it that way. So if you go to a game, please feel free to let me know any time, whether it's a game in Georgia, a game in South Carolina. If you fly to California and go to a high school game, please feel free to let me know. To me, high school football is honestly, really, truly the only pure form of football left, since college football players are now getting paid too. To me, college football, as much as I enjoy watching it, and I'm looking forward to the games today, I'll be watching college football all day long today, starting at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time when Vanderbilt plays Wake Forest, and I'll be watching all the way up until probably 4:30 until we leave for SWA. Then I've got 3 or 4 games that I'm going to record and go back and watch next week. But as much as I love college football, now that the players get paid, just like NFL, to me, college football has become the NFL minor league system. So the only true, pure form of football left is high school football. So if you ever want to watch just good, true, pure football, go to your local high school and watch. Even if you're new to the area and you didn't go to that high school, it doesn't matter. Support them. You live there now. Even if you don't want to support them because maybe they're your rival and you live there now, just go to a game and watch it. I promise you, you will enjoy it. Homes for Our Troops is a publicly funded 501c nonprofit organization that builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans. Since the 2004 inception, nearly 90 cents of every dollar spent has gone directly to our program services for veterans. Visit at hfotusa.org. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. Did you hear about the fire at the shoe factory? Unfortunately, many souls were lost. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.